I know you're actually gonna eat it. You ate my food.
Bad luck, bad day. What should I do? Bad luck, bad day. What should I do?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Megan's Menu, and on the menu this week will be more crock pot meals. They'll be more like dump and go, maybe not necessarily all of them, but more easier rather than cooking stuff on the stove and then putting in the crock pot. I wanted something more easier, more like the dump and go. So I'm just going to be having a few crock pot dinners and also a dessert, but tonight is going to be extremely easy. I'm just going to be doing another chili, simple chili. So I'll show you how I do that. And anyway, thank you so much for coming by my kitchen and seeing what we're having for dinner tonight. Let's go. And then I'm just gonna set my slow cooker on high since it's like 4:30, just for a couple of hours, because my ground beef is actually cooked already. So now I'm just gonna make some cornbread, and I'm just using my Martha Stewart book. So I'm going to need, I have sugar, flour, cornmeal over there, shortening, salt, butter, egg. I made up some milk for my powdered milk and baking powder. Actually, I don't need butter because that is if I'm using actual corn, and I'm not, so I'm going to take out my butter. I'm going to start by greasing my dish with shortening and then whisking all my dry ingredients together in a mixing bowl. 1 cup of flour, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, I need a whisk, hold on. I'm going to whisk it together, and then I'm going to add a cup of cornmeal and then stir that around, and then add my milk and egg. Now I'm going to measure out 1/3 of a cup of shortening and then cut it into my mixture. Come on. And if you don't have a pastry blender, you can use 2 knives because that works just as well. And then I'm going to add my milk, my egg, and I'm just going to stir it to combine. And then I'm going to pour it into my dish, and I have my oven preheated to 425. And in the oven for about approximately 18 to 20 minutes. And then meanwhile, I'll show you how the chili is looking. I gotta stir that up. It's looking really good, and it looks like the beans have all heated through and they're not one big chunk anymore. Yummy! It's Christmas. It looks done. Okay, so it's all done, so now I just have to put it on the plate and cut up the cornbread. So the next dinner for tonight is going to be Dr. Pepper chicken. So I'm just basically going to use this bag of rotisserie chicken we cut up from the store. The rest of this barbecue sauce, which is going to end up being about 2 cups-ish, and this can of Dr. Pepper. I'm just going to put it all together and put it on high, and then we're going to serve it on buns. So I'm just adding a little bit of water to the end of my barbecue sauce bottle, but you're going to want about 2 cups of barbecue sauce. And this is cooked chicken, so. So since the only thing I really need to do is warm it up, since it's cooked, I'm going to throw it on high for probably 2 hours, something like that. How do I do this high? 2 hours. So it's all done and it looks very delicious. So all we got to do is get out some vegetables, some salad, and you have a full meal. So there you go. It looks really good. And very, very, very simple. With only, what was it? Dr. Pepper, chicken, and barbecue sauce. That was it. Okay, so for tonight's dinner, I'm going to be making Crock Pot Lasagna, which is basically, I'm going to use the oven ready lasagna, and I'm going to make it the same way I would make it in the oven. So I have my 2 little baggies of frozen meat. I have to defrost those. And there's only 5 ingredients, and then I'm just going to add some seasonings. So obviously the lasagna, the meat, some sauce, some cheese I have to shred, and some cottage cheese. And then I'll start by putting it all in my crock pot. I'm just going to start layering everything in my crock pot, starting with some sauce, and then some noodles, and then everything else. And I'll probably mix my sauce in with my meat to make that easier too. Breaking the pieces the way they need to fit. Before I really start getting in there and layering all my stuff, I shred my cheese, and in that bowl is my sauce and my meat I mix together to make it easier for layering. I'm just gonna go ahead and add some garlic and oregano, mix it around, and then continue. I do have a bit of sauce and meat left, but I'm just going to add some sauce around the edges to make sure it gets cooked really well here in the crock pot, and that it all has moisture on it, if that makes sense. And I'm going to cover it and turn it on high because, again, it's late in the day. So I have my lasagna going in this crock pot and the dessert going in this one, which is just a simple box of brownies. And they'll probably be done at the same time. So it's been like 2.5 hours and it is done because I already tried a little piece of it. So, wish you could smell it. It's so good. Cutting in squares though. I'm making horrifying sounds. You are so weird. Okay, so it's all done and it looks delicious. And I've already tried it before, but see how nice it is. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, so good.
I didn't know you actually ate it. You ate my food.
Oh my gosh, that is so good and so simple. And it only has 5 ingredients, or obviously plus, oh my gosh, that drawer. Obviously plus seasonings, but only 5 ingredients, and it's delicious. Definitely easy, definitely quick, yummy. Try it. I don't like this. Doesn't make any sense. while my lasagna is cooking in that one crock pot, went downstairs, got another one so I can just make these simple chewy fudge brownies in this crock pot and let that sit there for dessert. So extremely simple. I'm just going to grease my crock pot with my shortening and then mix all my brownie ingredients together, mix it up and throw it in here and put it on low for approximately 3 to 4 hours. So you know, dinner and dessert might be ready at the same time. I don't need it greased up that high, but I did it because it was on there. Whatever, I'm just using a piece of plastic wrap. Basically, this is just the instructions on the brownie mix. Brownie mix, and you just pour the mix in, 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of water, and 2/3 cups of oil. Mix it together about 50 times, and I'm gonna pour it in and make a mess, of course. They say 2 eggs, 2 eggs. So 2/3 cup of cute. This one goes on low. It has been, let's see, about 3.5-ish hours, 3 hours, 20 minutes, something like that, and the brownies are done. Bouncy bouncies, those are done. So I will cut those up and put them on a plate. Oh my gosh, you open that up and it smells so good in here. To these, of course, I have to add powdered sugar, and some of them will have a little bit of ice cream. We have a little bit of ice cream. So obviously, these are not homemade, but the cool thing about this is it was literally just a box of brownie mix made into the crock pot and let it sit there. It took about 3 hours and 25-ish minutes for mine on low. You just have to see when it's done, but it was just easy. Try it. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by my kitchen to see what was on the menu this week. And it was a lot of crock pot recipes. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back next week for some more food. And subscribe today. Thank you so much for watching. Now it's time to eat these brownies. Bye.